Good morning, Porcupines. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and we're going to continue our climb through the rank ladder in the Master Brawl tier to keep under the ranks of 10,000 players and below. We are currently, I think, 3,000s. We'll double check that as I go through the announcements. The announcements are, it's pretty simple. Yesterday, the podcast was released. We talked about Pokemon Unite, our experiences with it up to this point, what we'd like to see in the future, and then a little bit more information about what we were talking about for VGC 2024, and ended it off just full of shenanigans. The Worlds event is underway. I know that they're in Japan, so they're about 15 hours ahead of us. The day 2 live stream for VGC starts at 4:45 Pacific Standard Time. I'm in the Pacific Northwest, so it's a lot later. But I was really surprised that they only did 7 rounds of Swiss yesterday, and you needed 5 wins guaranteed to get to day 2 automatically. So if thousands of players were there and they weren't able to get to day 2, that's a huge chopping block. But it did seem like a lot of people did get in there. But I just want to pay homage for someone real quick. Wolf Glick, who was on the very last round to almost make it day 2. He didn't make it to day 2. He was knocked out by the same man that knocked him out in Hartford Regionals. I don't remember his name, and I don't really want to mispronounce it. So, Wolf, sorry, better luck next year. Today's live stream is going to be really, really good. I watched all of it yesterday, while I was at work, so it was fantastic. It was great matches all around, and I can't wait to see what day 2 looks like. On that note, you guys will be receiving an extra video from me this week because of the fact that I missed last Saturday's upload. So you'll have 7 days of content for me today. Usually I only upload 6 days a week, but we might change that just because of the fact that I am running incredibly out of time. You guys have no idea. So beyond that, I will think about how to fix it, make it a little bit better so that you guys will be updated with content, and that it makes it a little bit more streamlined. I know that I am getting really good with the process, but it still takes me about 2.5 hours just to upload these. So yay. Beyond that, I've got nothing else. So before we get started, do the YouTubey things, which is liking the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind, and subscribe for our monthly goal of August to hit 400. We are currently at 370. I would love to get your guys' help on hitting that goal, and then we can move on to hopefully hitting our end of the year goal of 1,000. Fingers crossed. I know that we could do it. We've had a huge amount of growth for the last couple of months, and I know that we can hit it with your guys' help, and I appreciate it all the same. So let's get into our matches for today. All right, our first match is ready to go. We've got Cresselia, Kingambit, Chi-Yu, Fluttermane, Palafin, and Tornadus. Let's see what their strategy is going to be. So Cresselia is going to be able to do a lot of different things. Most likely we'll have Ally Switch because it's not really going to be setting up for Trick Room, but it will have Helping Hand and most likely Rocky Helm, because it doesn't really need to prevent itself to being taunted. Plus it's got Tornadus there too. So one of them may have the thing that one of them may have Mental Herb, but I don't think it's going to be Cresselia. I don't think it's going to be Cresselia. Fluttermane is going to need to be countered immediately. So we're going to go in with Tornadus, Fluttermane. We do need someone to counter Chi-Yu. So we'll bring in Urshifu to kind of tie in with Palafin, and we'll bring in Iron Hand. So we'll leave Qian Pao and Dragonite behind. I don't think either one of those types are going to be really, really beneficial. Like, Sucker Punch is good and Extreme Speed is good, but if I get stuck with Fluttermane or if anyone else Terras into a type that I can't really deal with, it's going to be a problem. I mean, I still have Ice Spinner, and I still have Stomping Tantrum, and I still have Outrage, but I still don't want to get stuck with something that I don't. They open up with Fluttermane, Chi-Yu. So weakening all the special defense types on the field, and my booster energy goes off. So they got Beads of Ruin, which lowers down special defenses, which is totally fine in my account. Because what we could do here is set up rain, and then should I go for, I mean, they're probably going to set up for either Dazzling Gleam or Shadow Ball. We're going to Terra Fairy, Shadow Ball. Their Flutter Mane. We're going to take a little bit less damage, but we're going to do that for sure. I want to be on the offensive on this one. Even though that my Flutter Mane is kind of transforming to be a little bit more defensive, I thought it was really, really interesting. When I was at work yesterday, I'm listening to people how they were like looking at Flutter Mane and building them, and it's like, oh, interesting. Okay. So with the special defense drop, my Shadow Ball goes right into that Flutter Mane and knocks it out. Chi-Yu is now left by himself. Heat Wave will fail on Flutter Mane, but will still hit Tornadus, which isn't going to do a whole lot because of the rain. Okay, they bring out King Gambit. Okay, we're going to Bleak Wind, because now it's 100%. I don't really have to do anything for speed. Because I outspeed. I mean, I can still get hit with Sucker Punch, but it's not going to be damning enough to where it would do a lot of damage to me. But I'm going to hit Moonblast to King Gambit. He's going to Protect, which is a good call. Moonblast into the protected slot isn't going to do anything, but Bleak Wind is going to come in after that. Oh, he's faster than Tornadus. Okay. Interesting. And he's not using anything else besides Heat Wave, so maybe Scarf? I'm going to swap out Tornadus to bring out Urshifu. And I'm going to Moonblast. I mean, Moonblast makes Chi-Yu just effective. So I'll do that. Tornadus is kind of gone at this point. I could still use Tailwind, and I didn't. Because I want to try to preserve him as much as I possibly can. Like, right now, Flutter Mane's faster. So I will get this next attack off with no problem. And with Urshifu now coming on the field, I negate whatever Chi-Yu does. So here we go. We'll get the knockout with the critical hit. That's dope. And Iron Head right into Flutter Mane, which is going to knock it out. Which at this point in time, I am perfectly okay with. I don't know who they're going to bring out. I could bring out Tornadus to give myself... Yeah, I'll do that. I will now use my advancements for speed. There's their Tornadus. Okay. We're going to Surging Strikes into that slot. And we're going to Tailwind here. They're going to Terra. Are you going to be Tornadus? Nope, can get... No, Tornadus. Okay. Flying. I mean, he's already flying. Why would you make him even more flying? Did you teach him Roost or something? Tailwind. They go for Sucker Punch onto the Tornadus. Does not do anything. I use Surging Strikes. This is going to not knock out... This isn't going to knock out King Gambit, but it is going to get him really far down. Now, Bleak Wind is going to do a lot of damage here, which is probably why they Terra'd. Because here it comes, Bleak Wind Storm. It's 100% going to work in the rain. It's going to knock out both of my Pokemon. Maybe I should have hit Tornadus instead. I might have been able to prevent something. But that's okay. Because Iron Hands comes out. And Iron Hands is going to fake out the... It's not going to be very effective. Is that still going to... It would prevent him from attacking. Let's try it. Fake out. Ah! It prevents him from attacking, but it's not going to do anything that I thought it was going to. Bleak Wind is going to be 100%. And the rain stops. There we go. Now I still have a turn of Tailwind. Oh, 2 turns of Tailwind left. So I'll get that done. Drain Punch. Boom! On the King Gambit. I'm faster than both? That's odd. That's really odd. That's ominous. Why? Bleak Wind still hits, but that's totally fine. It's about a 4-hit KO, I think. Speed would drop. Bleak Wind. Yep, 4-hit. Will I survive this next one, though? Oh! Tailwind's gone. I've got 45. I don't think I'm going to survive. I barely lost this one. I should have hit... Bleak Wind. Ah, it makes it. Good job. I should have hit the Tornadus. Tailwind and then Surgeon Strikes into the Tornadus, which would have stopped Bleak Wind Storm at that point in time. But I didn't make that call. I could have also had Bleak Wind myself, which would have made it a lot easier to knock out, but I worried about Tailwind more. We've got Cinderace, Torkoal, Chien-Pao, Tornadus, Indeedee, and Ting-Lu. Haven't seen Ting-Lu in a while. Okay, so no priority can be used here because Indeedee is on the field, and I'm afraid that it's going to use things like skill swap. So I'm going to be very, very testy here. But I don't think I have to worry about Trick Room too much. Ting-Lu and Torkoal would benefit greatly from that, but Cinderace, Tornadus, and Chien-Pao wouldn't. They would not at all. So that's interesting. Okay, so what do I do here? What's the call? I think part of it should be Tornadus. I have a feeling that either Cinderace or Torkoal is going to come out somewhere. So maybe Tornadus, Urshifu, Chien-Pao, and Fluttermane? Maybe one of those? I want to leave Iron Hands to Dragonite at the back because I don't know how that's going to go. But we got to start off with Indeedee and Cinderace versus Tornadus and Urshifu. Now Cinderace has the Libido ability, so he's going to change typings, whatever he does right here. I am going to go ahead and get started with Rain Dance, just in case if he does do something weird. And then I'm also going to start with Surging Strikes. Actually, Terra Water may not be a bad idea here. Yeah, let's get started with that. Terra Water, Surging Strikes, and we'll target the Cinderace. Because we need to get rid of his typing because he's going to be weak against fairy attacks, and I think Cinderace does get a fairy attack. So we need to remove that, have a better possibility of winning. Now if he becomes a dark type, it's neither here nor there. I can't do anything about that. But I know that I can't do anything while Indeedee is on the field, per se. Probably Follow Me is going to come up, which it does. I can't taunt it because I have priority. Rain Dance goes up. Trailblaze changes it grass. Good call. Raises its speed. Surging Strikes. 1 hit. 2 hits. Oh, it'll take all 3. But But Indeedee goes down. Okay, so now I need to get Cinderace out of, not Cinderace, but Urshifu out of there. Maybe not. Okay. I mean, that's a strong, I have to, right? I have to. I just need to plan differently now. Maybe go Tailwind first and then swap to Chien-Pao. Yeah. We're gonna swap to Chien-Pao, do Tailwind. I don't know what their Tornadus is going to do. I just have to prevent Urshifu from being knocked out right away. My Tailwind goes off. They'll probably go after me. Trailblaze goes. Hits the Chien-Pao, raises speed again. Foul play. Does not hurt the Chien-Pao so much. We'll go ahead and Bleak Wind now, and I will Ice Spinner into Cinderace. Now Cinderace has +2 in the speed because of Trailblaze, but I have 405, so I don't know what the speed is for Cinderace right now. Withdrew Cinderace, so that's a good call. Brings out Ting-Lu. Oh, I don't know if that was a good call or not. Special attack. Does Sunny Day, which is totally fine. Ice Spinner will still hit into that slot. Super effective. Takes off Weirdness Bleak Wind. Now because Ting-Lu got swapped in, he doesn't get a turn. We'll go ahead and use Taunt on the Tornadus. And I will use Sacred Sword on Ting-Lu. Ting-Lu's only thing is that he has to protect here, otherwise he goes down. He's far enough down for me to knock him out all the way through. They're gonna Terra. Most likely gonna be the Ting-Lu to take care of that weakness. It's poison. It's water. Okay. So he'll survive one more turn, which is totally fine because he really can't hit Tornadus right now. He has to hit Chi-Yu. Fell for the taunt. Sacred Sword. Okay, he'll survive. Heat Wave, which will knock out Chi-Yu, which is totally fine. And Stomping Tantrum does nothing because it doesn't affect Tornadus. We'll re-bring out Urshifu. We'll change this to Rain. And I'm going to Surging Strikes the Tornadus. That Tornadus can't do anything because it's taunted and I have Tailwind up still. So I'm going to leave Urshifu open right now. The best call is to like predict an attack to Urshifu because he can't do anything to Tornadus. But I want to get this other Tornadus off the field. And I'm going to. Hit once, knocked out, Tornadus fainted, Stomping Tantrum. Now it's going to be a 150 because it didn't work against Tornadus, so obviously Urshifu was going to go down. And my Tailwind's gone, but now I can bring out Fluttermane. And they can re-bring out Cinderace, who doesn't have an unusual typing, but he doesn't have his +2 speed anymore. Okay. So I'm going to Bleak Wind just to start doing damage now. Anything else is not going to really do a whole lot. And we're going to Shadow Ball the Cinderace. Hopefully he doesn't change his typing. Yeah, because if Tinglu protects, I can't do anything. He doesn't. Shadow Ball right into the Cinderace. Does about half. Here comes Bleak Wind now. Oh, Iron Head goes first. Changes it to Steel. Flutter Mane will go down. Bleak Wind, 100%. Not going to knock either one of them out, but Tinglu can't hurt me because I'm in the air. And I drop their speed 1. Ruination, it does... Oh, well, Tornadus just avoids it. That's cool. Bleak Wind again. They're -1 now, so I should be able to attack first. This might be the game. Bleak Wind, 100% in the rain. Let's go. Knocks out both Pokemon at one time. I forgot that Cinderace was faster than Tornadus. I kind of want to know, like, is that by base? All right, next match is Flutter Mane, Iron Hands, Tornadus, Entity, Urshifu, and Chien Pao. I kind of mixed it up there a little bit, but that's okay. It's the same thing, pretty much. Okay, so no priority, possible Tailwinder, but I think everyone's kind of swaying away from Tailwind from Tornadus. I think everyone's trying to figure out how to make Tornadus a little bit better, like survive hits or make it so that other Pokemon can benefit more. It's really, really interesting. Obviously, I don't really have to worry about Trick Room here, so that's okay. So if I don't have to worry about Trick Room, what is the best option? I mean, Iron Hands is probably going to come in and out of this fight quite a bit. I think walking with Tornadus, Flutter Mane, Chien Pao, and Iron Hands. I think those are going to be the best. I don't know if Entity is going to come out of the fight. If she does, then obviously I don't want to get stuck in Follow Me business or even a Trick Room. So I want to be able to offset that as much as possible. If Iron Hands comes out, I need a Fake Outer so I could kind of combat that and deal with like the possible Wild Charge and stuff. But Flutter Mane and Tornadus on their side, and exactly the same on my side. Dope. Photosynthesis goes off on my side thanks to the booster energy. Speed is heightened. They also have booster energy, and they will also boost special attack. Gotcha. Okay, so most likely they'll be running Dazzle Gleam, so I think the best option that I have is to Terra Fairy my Flutter Mane now so that I can stay alive for a little bit longer. Question is, should I Tailwind? Well, no. I'm going to taunt their Tornadus because I'm the faster one on the field. Terra Fairy, Shadow Ball into Flutter Mane. I don't know what kind of build that they've gone with their Flutter Mane. I can only assume. So I am going to test the waters a little bit and see if they Terra now or later. They protect, so it's not not Spect. Okay, so they went with Modest instead of Timid. Taunt goes off on Tornadus. Mental Herb will stop it from being taunted. And they will taunt me on my end, which is totally fine. At Flutter Mane use Shadow Ball. Oh, my Flutter Mane use Shadow Ball. And they protected. So I'm going to swap. And go... No, I'm not going to swap. Yes, I am. Never mind. Going to Chien Pao, and then I'm going to Shadow Ball once again into the Flutter Mane on that side of the table. Because they can't protect. They're going to withdraw, though. To bring out Entity. Good call in. I can't hit it with... Ah, dang it. Okay. No, it's totally fine, though. Because I also swapped out so that taunt can be taken off of my own tornadoes to bring out the weaker, the person that is can one-shot tornadoes most of the time, which is Chien Pao. Shadow Ball's not going to do anything though. They're going to activate Tailwind. Shadow Ball goes right into that slot, does nothing on that entity. They called it 100%. Ice Spinner into Tornadus though, and I'm going to Moonblast. They use Tailwind. Doubles their speed. I could Trick Room right now and not worry about doubling my speed. I think that would be like the best idea. What Pokemon do they have so far? They have 3. Fluttermane would, well, Ice Spinner into Tornadus, and I'm going to Moonblast the Entity, because Entity's going to redirect right now with, oh no! Chien Pao avoids the attack of Bleak Wind. Moonblast from my Fluttermane into Entity. Almost knocking it out. Here comes Ice Spinner into the Tornadus, and it's going to knock it out. And Psychic Field disappears, and Psychic now goes into the Fluttermane, which does not a whole lot of damage, but special defenses did drop. They sent out Fluttermane. So I'm going to Sucker Punch the Fluttermane. And I'm going to Moonblast the Entity slot. Entity's got a Helping Hand. Sucker Punch. Just barely keeps Fluttermane alive. They're gonna Dazzle Gleam, which is gonna bring Chien Pao down to its sash, and Fluttermane goes down. Now their Tornadus is down. I'm gonna bring out mine. And I'm going to Ice Spinner their Fluttermane, and I'm going to Tailwind. Now, Entity could use Follow Me here to force me to attack into a different slot. I know that that Fluttermane is not. There's the Follow Me. I know that Entity isn't going to do anything to Chien Pao. Psychic doesn't really affect it. And I know that that Fluttermane isn't spec'd. So I don't know what the item is. No, I know what the item is. It's Booster Energy. I knew that. I absolutely knew that. Their Tailwind's gone. Mine still remains. Bring out Iron Hands now. And they sent out their Iron Hands. I'm going to fake out their Iron Hands, and I'm going to Bleak Wind the field. Hopefully Bleak Wind hits Fluttermane. It may not, but I hope it does. Fluttermane's going to protect, which is totally fine. This is going to go into Iron Hands then, and doubles fashion. Bleak Wind doesn't hit Fluttermane. Does it hit Iron Hands? It does. It's a little bit of damage. It's a little bit of damage. It's still good damage, though. Drain Punch on the Iron Hands, and I'm going to Bleak Wind again. Fluttermane can't protect. They can't swap out. These are the last 2 Pokemon on both sides. Does go for the double protect, but it fails. Bleak Wind after that, it's going to go hit for both. Fluttermane faints. Drain Punch has a considerable amount of damage. Thunder Punch knocks out Tornadus, which is totally fine for me. All right. I think I got this one, guys. I got Tailwind still. Oh, they get Terra. That's dope. Are you Ghost? Because that'd be funny. And you are Grass. Okay. I can't put you to sleep anyway. Drain Punch knocks you out. I don't know what the Grass Terror was going to do at the end. Maybe it would like do something with the damage calcs, but I don't know. At that point, I don't think it really matters. All right, next fight is going to be against Chi-Yu, Regieleki, Fluttermane, Tornadus, Urshifu, and Farafrig. So, obviously Pokemon that it will benefit heavily in Tailwind, because I do need to outspeed quite a few of those Pokemon immediately. Oh boy. All right, so what's gonna be the call here? What's the call here? I could get Tornadus off the field if I go it straight into Dragonite Chien-Pao, because that's gonna be my biggest concern. You wouldn't want to bring it in the back. If you do, it's kind of leaving you open quite a bit, but it has worked before. I think we fought someone like that and they won. Farafrig, though, is going to be the problem for sure. We're going to bring in Tornadus and Chien-Pao, and we'll have Iron Hands and Dragonite in the back. We'll leave Urshifu alone, and we'll leave Fluttermane alone. Even though Fluttermane's going to be really, really beneficial here, automatically outspeeds their Fluttermane, and will outspeed Regieleki outside of Booster Energy, because mine uses Booster. So if they don't use Booster, I would win, but it's really, really hard. Tornadus Chien-Pao versus their Urshifu and Farafrig. Now, Urshifu is single strike. Now, Taunt is a priority move. So Taunt isn't going to help or go against Farafrig at all. So I have to keep that in mind. I need to Tailwind. No, actually, I don't need Tailwind. I outspeed. So, Bleak Wind. I mean, Farafrig could use Tailwind, but they have really, really fast Pokemon, so I don't see that happening. But we'll Bleak Wind and then Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword goes first. Hits the Urshifu with a critical hit, knocks it out, one hit KO, leaving Farafrig alone by itself. Bleak Wind will now do almost half. It's about 49%, maybe just on that cusp of 50. Hyper Voice goes off, does a considerable amount of damage, but isn't enough to get me into yellow. Whew. Chien-Pao is almost literally at like half. Okay, now Regieleki is on the field. Now I have to save Tornadus, otherwise I suffer the consequences. Because Regieleki is going to be able to outspeed everybody, but I need to use Tailwind first. Right, Tailwind, and I can't Terra here on any Pokemon. Because right now it's not going to really make a whole lot of difference. So I need Terra, and I'm going to Protect on Chien-Pao. Farafrig is going to use Helping Hand on Regieleki, which is totally fine. They're going to do a lot of damage. I'm going to Protect on Chien-Pao just to kind of give me some graces here. Now, Regieleki is going to be really, really fast. He's like his base 200 is going to literally set him at 277 if full speed investment is done. So I need to take that into account. Tailwind is going to make it so that I outspeed him here. So that's what I'm hoping for the most. Now, I'm going to come in with Dragonite. I do not know if it's going to outspeed Regieleki, but I am going to Terra Normal. But I'm going to use Stomping Tantrum instead. That's what I'm going to use. And then Ice Spinner into the Farafrig. Now, there's a good chance It's actually a really great chance. I don't think Dragonite's speed is high enough to beat 277. I don't know if it's 277 or more. Now, Farafra could use Ally Switch here, which would save Regieleki, but Regieleki may have Sash and not Magnet because he is really frail. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. They're probably thinking, oh, he's going to go right into the extreme speed, knocks out my Pokemon. I actually am not doing that. I'm going to Ice Spinner instead to almost knock out the Farafra. Chien-Pao is hurt by the Rocky Helmet. Electro Web will go off, which is going to unfortunately knock out Chien-Pao, but it will not knock out Dragonite. But he's got multi-scale, so damage is halved. But here comes Stomping Tantrum, right into that slot, breaks him down to 0 HP. There we go. And Farafra will get set into Trick Room, which is totally fine because the person that I have in the back is literally a Trick Room person. Fluttermane now comes out. Iron Hands will now come out. And now Iron Hands is going to be attacking first. Stomping Tantrum is going to go into Farafra. Heavy Slam is going to go into that Fluttermane. Now, if they did literally no speed advancement, I still outspeed Fluttermane. Well, no, I'm still slower than Fluttermane. Because I think under Trick Room, Iron Hands is still slower than the 150, 135 based Fluttermane. Because I double in speed, but my speed is like 60 something, I think. I really need to get my Pokemon stats at level 50 into my trainer book, just so that I can have them. Okay, they're going to Terra. And it's going to be the Fluttermane. And it's Fairy. And Helping Hand from the Farafra. From downtown. Heavy Slam. Goes right into the Fluttermane. Ain't going to stay still. Down it goes. You set up Trick Room at the wrong time. And Stomping Tantrum right into that slot, which is going to knock out for Graph. Rocky Helmet does a little bit of damage. Ah, Trick Room was so rough. All right, next match is ready to go. We've got Articuno, Iron Hands, Weirdeer, Landorus, Dragonite, and Chien-Pao. Okay, so we do have the kind of same strat that we have to worry about here. I'm going to bring in Tornadus, Chien-Pao, Fluttermane, and I don't remember. Well, Weirdeer can Intimidate, so can Landorus, but Weirdeer can also use Trick Room. I don't know if that's going to be a huge benefit for this team, though. I mean, it could, right? Dragonite does have extreme speed, so it doesn't really matter what speed tier it is, but if you use it incorrectly, it's going to backfire on you considerably. Dragonite's base speed is 80, which is kind of where Trick Room likes to sit at without having what's it called Trick Room. So I guess Urshifu. I was really thinking about bringing in Iron Hands, but I think Urshifu is going to be the best. I also saw the clock tick down to 0, so maybe they didn't select the Pokemon in time. I mean, that'd be kind of dope. It brings out the first 4. So fingers crossed. Articuno and Weirdeer. Intimidate goes off on Weirdeer's side from Intimidate, but Articuno, I think, is also Psychic. So we're going to taunt the Weirdeer, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm going to Ice Spinner into the Articuno because he's also flying. I think that's the best call that I have so far. I'm the fastest person on the field, so I don't really have to set up Trick Room right away. I can actually delay the game a little bit here at a time. I don't know what the movesets are for the Galarian forms of the 3 legendary birds, so I know Moltres, and I love Fiery Wrath. I want to use Galarian Moltres on the next team, just because of the fact that he'd be so dope. He's got a Terra. Most likely it's Articuno. No, it's Wyrdeer. Changing it to Fairy. Okay. All right. To get rid of some of its weaknesses, which is totally fine. Articuno's going to protect, which is great. I'm going to taunt it, though. Ice Spinner into the protected slot. Cannot use Trick Room. Ah. Sucks to be you, my man, my dude, my brother. Okay. We can go off with a little bit of extra speed. We can also Rain Dance too. Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Rain Dance would help out quite a bit. I'm gonna Bleak Wind just to do a little bit extra damage. Put them on blast a little bit. Wizard Articuno, which is a good call. Sent out Iron Hands. Ice Spinner is now gonna go into the Iron Hands. It's a little bit of damage. Bleak Wind's not gonna hit someone. It does not hit the Iron Hands that just came out, but will hit the Wyrdeer. And Terra Blast from Wyrdeer is going to go right into Chien Pao. Terra Blast is one of the unused moves in the game so far, and I love using it. It really tricks players from time to time. But Chien Pao is going to survive. And right now he is kind of useless. But I have Iron Hands in front of me that knows Wild Charge, so Tornadus could actually go down. So I think I'm going to Terra to save his life and use Tailwind to get set up for the following turn. And I'm going to Ice Spinner. Yeah, Ice Spinner into... Actually, I'm going to Protect here. I'm going to Protect so that I don't have to worry about getting hit in the face with a Fake Out, because that could instantly take out Chien Pao. So I just kind of want to avoid that if possible. Protect on Chien Pao. I activate Tailwind. Oh, Fake Out was the call. Does not affect Tornadus though. Tailwind. Oh, he was going to use it on Tornadus? Oh, that sucks. Terra Blast goes into the Tornadus slot. I think he'll survive. He will. And Taunt should... Yep, Taunt is gone. And I'm going to activate Taunt again. And I'm going to go straight into that Wyrdeer. Because I know it's got Trick Room, so I want to keep that Wyrdeer taunted as much as possible, and I do not want it to activate any type of moves. And forcing it to attack with Terra Blast is amazing. So it fell for the taunt again. Ice Spinner into that slot. Will not knock it out, but it gets pretty close. Terra Blast will now go into Tornadus. Nope, Chien Pao. Which I'm totally fine with. Chien Pao has pretty much run its course at this point, so we're just kind of like iffy in the air. Heavy Slam right into Tornadus, which is going to knock him out. I'm totally okay with this for the most part, because even though that it's right now 4 versus 2, I have Tailwind, they don't. And I have the means of doing a lot of damage from here on out. It is 4 on 2. So Moonblast into... Is that enough? Will that be enough? Yes. Moonblast into that slot, and I will Surgeon Strikes into Weird Ear. Because he can't fake out. He could swap. But anyone he swaps to is going to get hit for a lot. So it's going to be up to him. Moonblast right into the Iron Hands. Does not knock it out. Gets really, really close though. Surgeon Strikes is going to knock out Weird Ear though. So I don't no longer have to worry about, you know, Trick Room shenanigans. But this hit from Iron Hands is going to be really, really hard. I could have went straight for Iron Hands knocking him out, but Weird Ear with his Terra Blast is going to be really, really hard on either Pokemon. Heavy Slam on the Flutter Mage is going to knock him out. There's no way to counteract that. Now it's 1v3. Dragonite comes out next. Dragonite's going to have extreme speed. I'll go into... Yep, extreme speed. Does not knock him out. Gets pretty close, but I'm going to knock out Iron Hands. I wish like the third attack would just go over to the next Pokemon. It kind of doesn't make sense to have, you know, stuff like that. But at the same time, I understand. I completely understand why it doesn't do that. Okay, so that did about half. Yeah, why not? We'll Surge Strikes to the Articuno. Extreme speed. Knocks him down to 2 HP. Surge Strikes. 1 Rocky Helmet. Nope, no Rocky Helmet. But that's okay. I'm not going to knock out the Articuno in 3 hits. I get really close, but it doesn't really matter. Articuno's going to come out here and does Freezing Glare. Boom! Super effective, knocks out Urshifu. That was a good match. I think I could have done differently there was to maybe swap out to another Pokemon instead of letting Tornadus go down, but there wasn't anything more I could do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will conclude today's video and the matches for this evening. I want to thank you guys all for watching as long as you have so far, and I appreciate the time that you've put into watching my videos in the channel as we slowly grow into something that I can only imagine. So, the MVP of the video was obviously Iron Hands. Iron Hands was able to combat those in Trick Room, was able to get HP when I needed to, and obviously Fake Out did hurt a couple of Pokemon, but we could also give it up to Urshifu for trying to help us out at the very end there. I think the most used Pokemon is Iron Hands for sure. Now, I'm not counting Tornadus because he would get like said every week or every video. He's primarily there to set up for not Trick Room, but Tailwind and like Rain Dance to get like some sort of advantage for our team to take the W for what we want to do. So if something that Tornadus could have done but was outside of the spectrum, he would be mentioned more, but he's literally there to set up like the first turn and to really help us drive through other scenarios that may or may not come up later on in the future. But still, the team did really, really well. I played really good. I think a couple of matches there were kind of bad choices on my part, but other than that, I think I did a fairly good job. I can't really say anything wrong with what I did, but I did lose. We'll look at the calcs, we'll see what we could do and make changes as we see fit and go from there. Now, for you guys reaching the end of the video, I want to say thank you once again. Out of 45 matches, we are 25 wins and 20 losses, and our current rank is 3,320. 3,320 out of how many people are currently playing on the rank ladder. Again, I wasn't expecting to get here already by episode 3, so I'm really having a lot of fun just being able to play and see what's like on the online ladder. But I want to leave a question to you. Is there a team that you want me to bring? Or do you want me to bring other teams per video just to kind of show you guys what is currently on the ladder? I mean, I could bring other teams. I don't know if they're going to perform as well as this one, but if you guys want to see other Pokemon perform, I guess let me know in the comments down below and I can start thinking about it for next week's video. I'm only saying next week's because it takes me a little bit to get started, and because my schedule is already kind of filled up, it's kind of hard for me to make changes, especially for one-off situations like we've had. Now, I do have a Trick Room team ready to go, so I could show that one off if you guys want to see it, but you have to let me know. For now, that's going to be the end of the video. Once again, I thank you for watching as far as you have. Let's go ahead and do all the YouTubey things, which is liking the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't. Leave a comment down below because I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind. Subscribe for more content, or if you're just a recurring viewer, I do appreciate it all the same. And if you want to prove my uncle right, you can click the bell over to the right and set the notifications to all. I do release Pokemon videos 6 days a week, but for this week and this week only, I will have 7 because I missed last Saturdays, and I want to make up for the video that you guys lost. And that will keep you notified when I release anything else. And I do plan on releasing other content. It's in the concept stages, but I do plan on releasing other content. Hopefully you guys like it all the same. The monthly goal at the end of August is 400, and we're hoping to hit that by the end of August, and I would love your guys' help to hit that number. And if we could hit the yearly goal of 1,000, I would love it even more so. So if you guys believe in my content, or if you guys believe in me, please help out the channel as much as you can. I definitely appreciate any and all that you're willing to give. Until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Friday, and yeah, that's it. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.